Hello, another story today. Today I'm going to share with you a story of a father and a daughter who used to go to a temple together. Before we proceed further, click on the link below, subscribe to my YouTube channel, stay connected. So this is the story of a father and a daughter. One fine morning, the daughter says to her father, declares to her father, I'm not going to go with you to the temple anymore. And father was surprised because he always believed that my daughter enjoys coming along to the temple every day. So he inquires from the daughter, what happened? And she said, in the temple, people are hypocrites. Reason? Sometimes I find them talking on the phone. Sometimes I find them gossiping. I think they are not living right. And that's the reason I don't want to go there anymore. Father said, fine, it's your decision. But before you take the final decision, may I ask you to do something? And she said, fine, yes, tell me. So he says that when you come to the temple the next time, you do one thing. You have to go around the temple twice, but with a glass of water in your hand, and make sure not even a single drop falls out of it. Now to say, fine, I should be able to do it, easy. So they go to the temple, they take a glass, take the water, and the girl starts going around. And she's able to complete both the rounds quite well. And now, when she comes back to the father, she asks, why did you tell me to do all this? Now the father asks her, tell me, when you are going around, did you see people on the phone? Did you notice anyone gossiping? Were there people who were not living right? And the girl was surprised. She actually had not noticed anyone doing any of these things. And the father says, tell me, why do you think it happened that way? And the girl thinks, and she's immediately able to come out with an answer. She says, I was entirely focused on my job, glass, and moving around without spilling the water. Now then the father says, this is what needs to be practiced when you are doing your job. Here we are at a place of worship, so focus on your worship, your prayers. When you are at work, focus on your work rather than getting distracted by what other people around you are doing. That is the story. Now, let us come to the lessons that come from this story. It happens many times that when we are doing our work, we are doing it our way, we are doing it right, but we notice people who are not doing the way it needs to be done. Let's say I am punctual, but there are people who are not punctual. I am very meticulous in my work, but there are people who are not meticulous. So our attention keeps going to the negatives around us. What is important to consider here is, whenever we are doing our work, are we focused on our work? Yes, other people also need to be developed, but there is a way to do that. Rather than saying that since others are not doing it in a certain way, I'll also not do it, that doesn't really make any sense. So that is why focus is absolutely important. Others you need to take note of, but from the developmental perspective, you need to give them feedback to grow. And there can be very creative ways to give messages to people. It's not that the moment someone says X, Y, Z and you accept it. There can be creative ways of interacting with people, entering into a dialogue so that you can help others to understand another perspective. See, ultimately, everyone works through their stories which run through their minds. And if we have to bring a shift in the story, we have to tell a stronger story, right? More powerful story. So this is what is the message from this story that I've shared today. And I encourage you to draw your own lessons and share them in the comments with me. I'll be curious to go through them.